The administration has been over the years increasing efforts to provide the necessary support and interventions that are required in hinterland communities for sustaining livelihood and transformation of village economies. To ensure that there are equal opportunities and improved standard of living, a fulfillment of a promise made prior to assuming office in 1992 by ending the discrimination and neglect against Amerindians, Prime Minister Samuel Hinds on April 6 spearheaded a 6-day outreach to Region 8 and 9. The visit, which saw the Prime Minister interacting with residents of Kato, Bamboo Creek, Monkey Mountain, Madia, Pamakatoy, Kurukubaru, Tipiru, Rukamutu, Yeromparu, Tusinang, and Itabak, was aimed at exploring various options where development can be accelerated.
Our country is at a point of development, even an early point of development. If we look back 10, 15 years ago, and we look at where we are today, we can see some movement. We want more than that. But I ask that we look back and see that we have advanced so that we can maybe have some patience that things will get better again. If Paramakatoy is to be made better, who is it that will make it better? It will not make better. It will not become better by itself. It becomes better as we work to make it better. And for that, we need, generally, it would be that if we have more education, we are better able to do things. We're able to do some newer things.
Mr. Hinds, while interacting with villagers during the meeting, emphasized the need for enhanced community involvement to better benefit from government's policies and programs. He added that although much more needs to be done, the development of communities has been rapidly moving apace compared to the standards 10 years prior.
This year, we've put some money in the budget to bring in a road crew, a road building and maintenance crew, to come in with equipment and try to bring some significant improvements in the road so that it becomes more reliable, and eventually we have an all year round road, whether even in the rainy weather we can travel between villages. That's what we want to work towards. Ministry of Agriculture is pushing food security, and also Ministry of Amerindian Affairs is pushing food security. Whatever happens, even if a guy is a doctor or an astronaut going to the moon or somewhere, we still need food. And we all want food 3 times a day at least. So food. And how do you get food, comrade? I remember again about the rights. We have a right to food, but until somebody farm the ground and plant some cassava, there will be no, and reap it, there will be no cassava to eat. Until somebody mind the chickens. I didn't like to mind the chickens when my grandmother put me to it. I liked it. She said you like to eat eggs, which was true. I didn't get eggs too often, once a year on my birthday. But the chicken cook had nibbles. You had to go and cut neem bush to put inside to keep away nibbles. But until somebody does those sorts of things, there'll be no chicken to eat, no eggs to eat. I want to keep stressing that, because for a good life, we got to be working. As we're stressing this in a certain way for hinterland villages, and hinterland villages are mainly Amerindian villages, we are saying this all across the country. Food security. Enough food for your family, enough food for your village, or enough food for country as a whole, and then export food. We have a great potential. We've been exporting sugar from the days colonial. We have exported rice. We're looking to export beef cattle, mutton. We can export mutton. We're looking to grow more, to have more aquaculture done in Guyana. I think we're having some fish exported already, and so on. So agriculture, food security.
During the past few years, many of the government's objectives have been realized. While much more work remains to be done, the administration intends to continue its programs to fast-track development. While encouraging the residents to grow more, Mr. Hinds said that this will help to boost their livelihood since more market opportunities will become available locally and regionally. the rehabilitation of the Tipiru Primary School, availability of additional solar panel and a water pump to ensure that the sanitation block functions optimally was also addressed.
To create child-friendly schools, the first thing is to have water supply in the school for sanitation purposes. I've had a good discussion with the head. I'm glad that you're sending up 24 students to write the grade 6 this month, and I wish them success.
Inspections were also done at the various primary and secondary schools and health centers to ensure that stationery and medical supplies are up to standard. During the visit to Cato Primary School, the teachers all expressed appreciation to the government for the timely delivery of exercise and textbooks. However, requests were made for stationery since there are currently a shortage.
We have already started a very, very extensive computerization program. At present, we have 70 schools out of the 110 secondary schools where we have built computer laboratories and where we put in computers and the network so that the children can enhance their learning.
Access to hinterland communities have been a major constraint, which has hampered production and development in the past. This is expected to be drastically improved as huge sums will be spent this year on the commencement of the road network from Karasabai to Monkey Mountain. Over the years, government has worked diligently to accelerate the development of Amerindian communities through the creation of an Amerindian Affairs Ministry and the increase in resource to improve their living conditions. Thus far, much has been achieved through the National Secure Livelihood Program, a government initiative which is currently ongoing with guidance from the Ministry of Amerindian Affairs in collaboration with the Voluntary Services Overseas International VSO.
Government is placing continuous emphasis on transforming Guyana's information communication technology outlook. Thus far, there have been immense successes, including exposing Guyanese to computers and the internet, enabling them to learn and use ICT skills. One such initiative aiding the advancement of this cause is being sponsored by the Basic Needs Trust Fund.
The Basic Needs Trust Fund is a Government of Guyana's program. So we cannot differentiate basic needs from the government. We are funded by the Government of Guyana, the Caribbean Development Bank, and the Canadian International Development Agency.
23 persons graduated after completing courses in Office Ethics, Introduction to Windows, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Publisher, Excel, Access, Outlook, and Computer Repairs and Networking. There was a 90% pass rate, with Andrea Dover being the top student with 82.4%.
Out of all of the many projects undertaken by Basic Needs throughout the many years in existence, Mr. Chairman, this project, the GOG BNTF ICT Skills Training, continues to meet critical social needs in vulnerable communities throughout Guyana. The promotion of social and economic inclusion through access to information and communication technology is the bedrock of the government of Guyana. And with this trust, they are creating a transformative environment which will open new opportunities for employment and entrepreneurship.
The availability of such opportunities opens the doors for citizens to experience great positive changes via the advent of access.
Our government has recognized, and I believe our country has recognized, the opportunities presented by ICT. And we recognize that the most critical barrier that has to be overcome is the barrier of access. Once access and opportunity are provided, then there are no barriers. There are no barriers to skills being embraced and acquired and utilized for personal upliftment and for national progress.
The inclusion of ICTs is a major part of the national agenda toward ensuring the domestic digital divide is bridged. This has resulted in the creation and equipping of computer centers, constructing and equipping computer labs at schools, training teachers to deliver IT education, and bringing computer hardware into homes via the One Laptop Per Family program.
But ICTs have also been a significant creator of jobs. Significant creator of jobs. And I have seen how literally in the space of a short 4 or 5 years, we have moved as a country from a point where we were as a country with virtually no ICT industry as a primary a provider of jobs, to a situation where today over 2,500 persons are directly employed in ICTs.
The successful transformation of Guyana's economic position stands on a foundation with the use and implementation of ICTs as its core.
I have said in almost every major policy document issued by the government, including our national ICT strategy, and importantly, including successive national budgets, including the current national budget, the 2011 budget, that we believe that the future of our country lies in a more diversified economy, and in particular, in an economy that mobilizes current and futuristic technologies to aid efficiency, that is to say, to improve the efficiency with which we do the jobs that we currently do, to create new opportunities for growth and expansion, that is to say, ICT as a job creator and as an investment opportunity in its own right, and to improve people's lives, that is to say, ICT as a means of ensuring that people have skills to get jobs. ICT is a means of ensuring that people have the tools that they require to access information. ICT to ensure that our citizens remain well informed.
Government believes that all Guyanese should be equipped with the skills that are relevant to the economy of today and that of tomorrow.
The theme of the 2011 budget is together, working together. There you have the partnership dimension. Together, building tomorrow's Guyana today. There you have the today, the tomorrow, the concept of the future, the concept of our vision for our country in the future, but the fact that we are endeavoring to build tomorrow's Guyana today. And that theme could not be more relevant than on an occasion when we speak of Guyanese people acquiring IT skills. The theme of partnership, the theme of tomorrow, because I will speak about why I think IT skills are critical for tomorrow, and the theme of doing that work today.
Having skills in ICT enables individuals to foster their personal upliftment, since they will be empowered to secure employment, hence enabling them to support their families.
But ICTs have also been a significant creator of jobs. Significant creator of jobs. And I have seen how literally in the space of a short 4 or 5 years, we have moved as a country from a point where we were as a country with virtually no ICT industry as a primary a provider of jobs, to a situation where today over 2,500 persons are directly employed in ICTs.
Apart from the training provided, the community as a whole stands to benefit from the availability of a computer lab, which will aid improvements in education.
The Parent Teachers Association of the Wutukade Primary School approached the Basic Needs Trust Fund with a request of funding a computer lab for the school, with the vision of making the lab available for the pupils, teachers, parents, and the community at large. The intention was eventually, for the longevity of the equipment in terms of maintenance costs, etc., convert the IT lab to a full-fledged document and internet research center, where not only the school but the entire community could benefit from the use of the facilities.
For me, it wasn't much difficulties because I had a little understanding of the computering, but I was more affiliated with it after I was taught about going in depth into the various programs. And after the course, I was able to use it because I applied for a job where computer literacy was needed, and I was able to function efficiently.
I want to tell you this, even though most of the crew members never had contact with computers before, our captains worked assiduously to complete each chapter within the given time allotted. The last chapter that everyone enjoyed was Introduction to Computer Repairs, where we were given the opportunity to become technicians. We identified computer problems and was told how to solve them. We also learned Chinese, WAN and LAN, wide local area and local area network. This reflection is a minimum percentage of our gratitude for this course, which gave us a good foundation in IT. I would like to encourage the graduates to reach for higher heights. Keep practicing what you have learned and enroll in IT classes, since what you don't use, you lose.
Similar training programs have already been implemented in Puruni, Region 10, which saw 30 successful trainees, Herstalin, 90 trainees, East Rumvelt, 81 trainees, Enmore, 30 trainees, and Good Fortune, 30 trainees. This program will be further expanded to Bad Settlement Region 5, Cottonfield Region 2, Mabaruma Region 1, and Letham Region 9.